Hi, it's Kana. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you haven't been here before. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a new project for me and I'm so excited. I've actually been working on this for a few weeks already. So what I want to do is I want to join the hashtag No Pan Left Behind challenge. So yeah, let me just go ahead and share with you how that's going to work. Give you some options maybe. And also I'm going to let you know right now that I am sharing this with the PANtastic ladies theme for the Pan That palette this year, which is Size Matters. So Size Matters is any kind of like too large, well, you know, large, awkward, weird packaging, just, you know, I mean, I guess it could be interpreted as something small too. So yeah, any which way that you can figure out to make that work. For me, it's gonna be like large palettes that have other things in them besides eyeshadows maybe, or just palettes that I find awkward to use because they're so large, or just the materials that they're made out of, or they're like a weird shape. I have a lot of those. So I do want to join in on that, but way more low-key. So what I'm doing is No Pan Left Behind. And what that is, it's a project where I want to use every pan in all of my palettes at least one time. So I'm keeping track of the palettes that I'm using and which eyeshadows I've used. I have it all graphed out here. I will give you a sneak peek. So just as an idea, it looks a little something like this, right? So these are 3 of the palettes. There are more, but we'll get into that. And I'm checking off the boxes as I use each shadow. So that's what that's gonna look like. It's just in the beginning stages, so it's not that exciting. Maybe in the future, I will just go ahead and put that up here so that you could see the whole thing, like a screen grab from my computer. But anyway, I have decided, like I said, to kind of mash it up with the Pan That palette theme for the PANtastic ladies, Size Matters, this year. So what I am going to do is I'm not going to pan a palette. I did say that in my update video, my New Year's resolutions. I'm still not going to pan the palette, but I want to go ahead and pick one palette to use that kind of relates to that theme in this project, and that's what I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and show you the palettes that I'm already using, and then I will show you the palettes for that selection. And yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, hey, I wanted to mention this. So I've seen so many people doing this challenge and it's really hard to find who started it, but I did manage to find out who started it. So I'm gonna put that up here. I'm gonna link it down below as well, if I can. So anyway, I'm gonna put that on screen and I will try to like put the post, it's an Instagram post, in the description box so that, because it has all the rules laid out. So yeah, I will do that. Now, a lot of people do this randomly. I'm not going to do that. I don't like randomly choosing my palettes. It can be fun, but I really like to just grab what I want to grab and then I just start documenting that. So that's what I've been doing. I do have palettes that are in projects that I've been working on, so that's going to coincide with this. So any palette that I use in any project, it's going to obviously be counted towards these, you know, using the pan. Hello, Miss Floof. Hello, Mrs. Floofs. Come Fuzz. Come say hello. Yes, come say hello, my precious. Yeah? Did you say Purtle? Will you say hello to everybody? Can you say hello? Can you look up, Fuzz? She doesn't want to. But look how pretty she is. Oh, she's my baby girl. Okay, I'll let you get down. She's my little floof. My little Floofs. That is my kitty. She's so cute. Her name is Fuzzy, or Miss Floof, or Princess Fuzzy Pants. She has very fuzzy pants. So, you know, whatever. We also call her Bunny because her fur is like a bunny rabbit. It's like super soft. So her mom's name was Cashmere. That tells you anything. Very soft kitty. Anyway, distracted, but worth it. She's adorable. And now I have to pick her hair off of my face. So now she's gonna run up and down the stairs and cry again. There she goes. Okay, anyway, let me show you the palettes. So I'll just start with the ones that you've probably seen in projects, and then we'll move on. Oh, also, y'all have voted on how you wanted to see this happen. And these are the palettes I'm working on right now. I haven't finished them, but they're up here. I kind of emptied out everything else, and I'm trying to think, like, do I want them up here? Or do I want to wait until I actually use everything? I think I want to wait until I actually use everything. So after today, the palettes that you see over here, where are they? Over here, they will only be the ones that I've used every single pan in. So let me grab them. Alrighty. Okay, the first one, this one is in my, this is PANtastic project created by Allie, and it's the Urban Decay Electric palette. So, brush. That's what that looks like. I'm sure y'all have seen this plenty of times before. Let me tell you what I've used in here so far. Okay, I've used my three favorites. So I've used Slow Burn, which is the orange up here, and then I've used Freak and Thrash, of course. Of course I used these two because, you know, they're like my favorite colors. So I have used 3 out of 10. Got a ways to go with that one. Next is the Arcana palette. This guy right here from Shroud Cosmetics. And I've used more in this one because I'm trying to use this 3 times, like each of them 3 times for the bingo, Panner's Bingo, created by me. But anyways, I'm using each of these shades 3 times for that project. So let me tell you what I've used. So I've used this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this guy right down here. So that is Sacred, Shroud, Alchemy, yeah. And then this is Relic and Darkling down here. So that I've been getting a lot of use out of. You want to know how many times I've used it, I guess? Maybe watch the bingo, Panner's Bingo updates because it's not on this template here. So now the last one that's in here, because I haven't actually added these in yet, I only started using them today, the other ones, but that is the Misha Lou Fawn palette. This palette here. And let me see, I have used, okay, so for this palette, I've used Falling Leaves, this matte over here. I've used Cocoa Mud over here, and then Acorn, Water Reflex, and Innocence. I've used all of those. I guess I should talk about that. My Urban Decay palette is still doing fine. Those are working well. The Arcana palette is good. This one's been giving me a little bit of trouble. So I put these on and I get a good look out of it, but really have to work on building them up. And then this one, Innocence, it's like a duochrome, pinky white duochrome kind of shade. I don't know if you're catching that, but it's not like that impactful. So I'm going to continue to work with this and just see how each shade works for me and how much I really like it, because this I could potentially declutter. But also what's fantastic about these palettes is that these are magnetic and they just pop right out. So I really love Acorn. I love this one right here. Like, I might just pull out the ones I really love and put them in like a Z palette. Not a Z palette, but a magnetic palette. I don't think I have any Z palettes. So yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with this one, and I'm also struggling to use like these and these because I'm like, I thought I loved this color story so much, but I really just love like these two rows, I think. I don't know. So that is something I need to work on. And throughout the project, if I decide I want to declutter something, that's what I'm going to do. This is the year of the slow declutter on my channel, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to use things, and if we don't like them, then they have to go, because I need to love everything in my collection. So pretty much everything I do this year is going to revolve around that theme. That's my like motto this year. But anyway, some of these are beautiful, some of them I'm not sure about. I'll let you know. But on that note, I decided to introduce the other two palettes I have from this brand so that we could test those out as well. Because if this I'm not sure about, then I'm really not sure about those either, right? So I'm pulling those in, and I just used it. That is what is on my eyes today. So I haven't marked any of these down yet because I just did this look, but I will try to show you that. So I have the Witchcraft and the Queen Bee palette from Misha Lou, and I will show you what they look like. So there's this, and here they are. So you'll notice this shadow broke in here, and I just pushed it back in. It seems to be doing okay. It's a little lumpy, but it works. And that is kind of like over top of a shadow that I'm wearing today. So first of all, I dug into this palette right for the black. I wanted to see how the blacks did in these palettes, and it's not super impressive, but I was able to get it to work, and they look good, right? I mean, I'm not mad at it. Eyes watering. Can't have that. I just, it's not the best black in my collection, okay? But it's okay. And then I also used this guy here, which is like the pink one, but a green shift. That again is not as impactful as I would like it to be. I have used it a little bit in the inner corner, like just a very little bit, and then up on the brow, and I don't even know if you're going to be able to see that, but I will play with it some more, like layering over other shadows and whatnot. So I've used those two in the corners there, the opposite corners. Now in this palette, the Queen Bee palette, I have also gone in with the black. I did the black on from the green one on this eye and from this one on this eye. I just wanted to see, they're the same. They're really the same. So they have different names. This one's called, that's called Black Witch, and this is called Black Stripes. But they're okay. They're all right. They work. I can get them to work, and it's not too terribly obnoxious, right? So it's okay. This one here is called The Throne, this crumbly one here. It's really, really pretty. I'll just give you a swatch because it's beautiful. So that's what that looks like. It's stunning. I used that, and then I used Pollen, which is also gorgeous. I used the Hive, which is this one right here next to the black. That is such a beautiful color. I really love those. And then did I use anything else in here? Yeah, I used Wings, which is again another pinky shade. So it's almost like they put the same colors in them, some of them, and just renamed them to go with the palette theme, which I'm not terribly mad at. There's not a lot of repeats. It's just this one and the black so far as I can tell. But I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades in this palette. I really just took the black and put that down, blended it out with the Hive, blended the hive out with pollen, and then I put this one. I used the NYX what's it called? Fireball on my lid because it's in a project. But I put this over top of it in the middle. And then, like I said, I put the green one like this in the inner corner and up here. So that's what I've done. That's where we are. I will say that I think of the 3 palettes so far, the Queen Bee is my favorite. It's working really well, except for those 2 shades, the black and the highlighter shade in here. But I'm not like, it's not that big a deal. The black, like I said, I can get it to work. I'm not mad at it, you know, it's fine. I have better blacks and I have worse blacks, but I do appreciate having a black in the palette. So that is 5 palettes that I am currently working on for this project, but I do want to bring in another palette, and it's going to be the SizeMatters palette. So I have all of these awkward palettes down here, and this one's just really been on my mind lately. So I want to bring in the Sabrina, the NYX and Netflix Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Part 3 spell book. This, I think, fits the bill because it's, for 1, large, and 2, it has these 3 down here that are not eyeshadows. So it's like 2 blushes and a highlight that might just be like a shimmery bronzer for me. Let's see. Ooh, that's really pretty. It's just like I could do like a blush topper with that. That's real pretty. It's just like an orange shimmery kind of moment. I didn't think it was going to be orange, but it is. It's like very peachy. So I like it. But yeah, I haven't used this palette in a very long time. It's awkward, can you tell? Haven't used this in a long time. I figured this will be in the project for a little while. But yeah, I just want to use each of these one time. So that is what we are doing. I'm excited. I remember I really did enjoy using this palette. It surprised me. So let's see if that was just a one-off or if I'm really going to love this palette. So that one's coming in. Now here's where the choice comes in. I wanted to get started on something immediately, so I'm bringing this one in, and because it was on my mind, that's the one I'm going to start with. However, I want you guys to vote for the next palette that's going to fit that spot. So I'm going to show you a couple. So I'll give you 4 choices because I really am just like, I want to use one of these next time, after I finish that first one. But this is awkward. I freaking hate the Morphe packaging, but this is the 35M Boss Moods. I really love the colors in here. Some are okay, some are not. Again, if I decide to depot this and just keep the ones I like, that would be cool. But that's what that looks like. I love the greens. I actually love all of this. I love greens, oranges, and berries. Berries are like, but the greens and the oranges are definitely nice. So I love how grungy these are too, though. Like, so yeah, if they would work well, I would be delighted to have this, but also I hate how big it is. So I might depot this. Awkward, SizeMatters, you get the picture. So next is this one. I don't find this one particularly awkward. It's the KVD Satan Center palette, Kat Von D, because it's old. But yeah, it's also old, so there's that. But I really love this palette still. Like, I love the layout of this. I just think it's a beautiful palette. It is definitely an awkward palette with the opening, the doors and whatnot, and the shape. And some might say this is a very awkward layout, but I find it inspiring. I find that this grouping of colors is really kind of gets the creative juices flowing. It makes the eye jump around and I see different things. And yeah, I particularly love Devil and Martyr, these grungy colors here. I really love this palette, so I would be happy to use this one, but this is in the running. KVD, the KVD Satan Center. We're gonna go for another Kat Von D palette. This is the Fetish palette. Also very awkward shape. I also quite like the color story here. It's a really pretty one. I love how dark it is. So that, it's definitely awkward. It doesn't even fold all the way back. And some might find the subject matter awkward. The palette names, the shade names are all things like chastity, corset, shibari, latex, obsession, etc. But that's what that looks like. Give you a good view of the color story. It's quite pretty. So there's that one. So listen, on these palettes, like, I realize that they are controversial to some people, and I totally get it. I'm not gonna throw away palettes that I bought that I love. I'm just not. Have I bought any new ones? No. You know, I really haven't liked any of the new ones, to be perfectly honest, anyway. But there's that. But yeah, the last one is also one of those. So this is the Jeffree Star Alien palette. This palette is so stinking beautiful. But honestly, I think this is so weird. I don't really like this. This is definitely awkward. The alien head. It's heavy too. And then it's like got such a small bit here attaching it. But it is so beautiful. Look at these colors. I mean, those are definitely me. So it cannot stop blinding you with the shine. I think that's better. But so here's the fourth option here. The Alien palette. I also love how grungy and pretty this is. My friend had traded it to me when we got like mystery boxes a long while back. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So for the Alien palette, we're of course gonna leave the alien emoji, the alien face emoji. For the Kat Von D Satan Center, leave me the devil emoji. For the Fetish palette from Kat Von D, leave me the red stiletto, or just like the high-heeled shoe emoji. That seems appropriate. And then for the Morphe palette, leave the like a fall leaves emoji, because that's what this palette says to me, with all the purples and greens and like the grungy oranges and everything. So yeah, so that's what we'll do. So you guys will pick my next palette for the SizeMatters portion of this. And that's what I'll use when I have finished using all of these. So I think we're good. Yeah, that is everything for this video. I'm so excited. I'm just like really excited to be using things that whatever I want, and I don't need to hit pan, and I don't have to use the same color over and over or the same formula over and over. It just wasn't for me, man. I tried it. I enjoyed it for a while. I really did. Like pan those eyeshadows, pan that palette. It wasn't like bad or anything. It got to me after a while, and I stopped feeling inspired, and that was just not working out for me anymore. So let's just start fresh with these, and it's going to be really great. I'm going to come across some palettes that I just want to declutter. I'll probably do that. Like, I'll probably just show you once in a while, be like, I don't want to use this palette, so we're not even going to use it. We're just going to straight declutter it, or I'll use it for a while and declutter it, or keep it, or depot it and take some and keep some, take some out and keep some. So anyway, yeah, that's what's happening. So far, it's just been really fun. So if you guys like the idea of this, if you want to keep on watching me go through these, then subscribe so that you get notified. Hit the little bell too, because I just found a couple of y'all that I thought I had hit the bell on, and it wasn't on for some reason. I think that stuff just gets changed willy-nilly sometimes. So make sure that that's on if you want to see these videos. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I think that's it. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.